Today, we bring you the confirmed and verified story behind the global headline that has shocked the worlds of media, comics, and corporate satire, as Scott Adams, the creator of the legendary comic strip Dilbert, has died at the age of 68 after a prolonged and deeply personal battle with prostate cancer, a development now confirmed by multiple major international news organizations, including Reuters, Associated Press, CBS News, and People magazine, weaving behind a complicated but undeniably influential legacy that shaped how generations of office workers saw themselves and their workplaces. Scott Adams rose from a little-known office employee to a household name after launching Dilbert in 1989, a comic strip that ruthlessly but humorously exposed the absurdities, power games, and inefficiencies of white-collar corporate culture. And within just a few years, Dilbert became one of the most widely syndicated comic strips in the world, appearing in thousands of newspapers across dozens of countries, translated into multiple languages, and adapted into books, calendars, merchandise, and even an animated television series. With its success rooted in Adams' sharp understanding of bureaucracy, management incompetence, and the silent frustrations of everyday employees, a perspective he developed during his own years working in corporate America. Yet, the story of Scott Adams in his final years was far more somber, as he publicly revealed in 2023 that he had been diagnosed with an aggressive form of metastatic prostate cancer that had spread to his bones, a diagnosis doctors described as terminal, prompting Adams to speak openly about mortality, pain management, and end-of-life decisions, including discussions around assisted dying where legal, a level of candor that drew widespread attention and debate. And according to confirmed reports, Adams passed away peacefully in January 2026, with the announcement shared by close family members, bringing an end to a life that was at once creative, controversial, provocative, and influential. And while his early career was marked almost universally by acclaim, laughter, and admiration, his later years were defined by polarizing political commentary, particularly his outspoken support for former U.S. President Donald Trump, and a series of inflammatory remarks in 2023 that resulted in hundreds of newspapers dropping Dilbert from syndication, a fall from mainstream acceptance that dramatically altered how Adams was perceived by the public and media. Yet, even critics acknowledge that his impact on modern comic art and workplace satire remains significant, as Dilbert fundamentally changed how office life was depicted, shifting from idealized professionalism to cynical realism, giving voice to employees who felt trapped in systems designed more for hierarchy than productivity, and creating archetypal characters like the pointy-haired boss, Wally, and Dogbert that remain instantly recognizable symbols of corporate dysfunction. Following news of his death, reactions poured in from across the political and cultural spectrum, with some offering heartfelt tributes to his creativity and others reflecting on the controversies that surrounded his later career, including a public message of condolence from Donald Trump, underscoring Adams' visibility beyond the world of comics. And regardless of personal views on his opinions, the fact remains that Scott Adams built one of the most successful and culturally resonant comic franchises of the late 20th century, influencing not only cartoonists, but also management thinkers, writers, and comedians who adopted his sharp, observational style. His death marks the closing of a chapter in American pop culture that mirrored the rise of corporate life itself, from the optimism of the late 20th century to the cynicism and division of the digital age. And now, as audiences around the world revisit Dilbert strips, books, and archived episodes, the conversation around Scott Adams is once again active, complex, and unavoidable, blending humor, controversy, creativity, and mortality into a single narrative that continues to provoke discussion even after his passing. If you want to stay fully informed with verified global news, deep-dive voice-over reports, and factual updates without rumors or misinformation, make sure you follow, subscribe, and share this coverage right now, because staying informed is no longer optional, it is essential, and your engagement ensures that real stories, told accurately and responsibly, continue to reach audiences worldwide.